From office to OOTD to an outdoor run, this smartwatch has you covered. We're gonna be reviewing a smartwatch that's been on my wrist for months now. This is our Garmin Fenix 6S review. So what's so special about this watch? Well, for one, it's a smartwatch that sort of matches a lot of my different outfits and moods. Like, it's something that you can wear to a business meeting, to a night out, to everyday events, and even at the gym. Again, you know this about me, I am very specific about how my smartwatches look. And the Garmin Fenix 6S was actually something that tickled my aesthetic fancy. It actually looks more like a watch than it does a fitness wearable. But make no mistake, this is still a Garmin watch that comes with all the bells and whistles of fitness tracking. Okay, let's go back to the look. So this is the 42mm smaller Fenix 6S. There are actually three versions. This is the 6X, so as you can see, it has a bigger, wider face. This is the 6, a little smaller, but I think still a little too big for my tiny wrists. And this is my favorite, the 6S. Okay, so I set it up. It's so nice. Look. And this is the default face. And it looks so classy. I can't wait to run. Not really. It has rose gold accents and a gray strap, which is actually a very pretty thing. It's a color option that looks classy and a little neutral, so it sort of goes well with any attire. The face itself is made out of sapphire glass, which means that it can withstand everyday life and more. I know, because I'm the type of watch wearer who literally nicks and chips at the watch face. I don't know what I do, but maybe it's because I'm expressive and I talk with my hands a lot, so I keep on hitting my watches on random things. But again, I've had this watch on for like months and it's still pristine. So yeah, talking about that watch face, this smartwatch is unique in that it's not a touchscreen device. It has 6 buttons which allow you to navigate through the controls, which if you're used to smartwatches and most of them are touchscreen, can mean that you have to sort of get used to where the controls are, but eventually you get the hang of it. Like most Garmin wearables, there is a start button, there is a back button or a lap button. There is a light button, so that means you can light up the face. It does make a tiny difference when the room is super dark, but under like really bright sunlight, it doesn't do a lot. There is an up menu, there is a down menu, and of course you can change your different watch faces, which is something that I live for on smartwatches. On to the smartwatch side of things first. Of course, this watch connects to your smartphone via Bluetooth, and the watch gives you smartphone notifications. You can also edit the notifications in the app itself. There are also cool stuff like Garmin Pay, which will allow you to pay with your smartwatch, and even a live track function, which allows you to share exactly where you are, especially useful if, let's say, you're planning to go on a solo run, just to make sure that people know where you are at all times. You can also sign in your Spotify account here and actually save playlists so that you can connect to your watch and just bring that when you're out running. And the app is also where you change settings that will reflect on the watch itself. Of course, being a Garmin watch, this is mainly a running watch, and it has built-in GPS and even built-in maps. Legit, you can go into the watch, even without your phone, check out what's around you, and plan your run through that. Aside from running, you can also track other sports activities like yoga, biking, treadmill, swimming. Yes, it's waterproof. And this is my favorite, weightlifting, because not all watches have this feature, but more on this later. I also especially love that there is a built-in menstrual tracking app. So yeah, like most tracker, the app is where all the data from the watch gets stored, and that includes 24-hour heart rate, steps, the floors you've climbed, something called body battery that Garmin uses to show how much energy you have. It shows you your stress levels, calorie intake, sleep, and this is something that even surprised my sister, who is actually a doctor. This thing actually tracks your pulse oxygen meters. As detailed as everything is on the health side, if you're a type of smartwatch user who wants all the high-tech works, this might not be for you. There's no option to reply or even answer calls to the watch. But if you're someone like me who just sort of wants a little reminder about what's going on her phone when she's not actually holding it in her hands, then this is just right. Now, I've weathered through shows and meetings and travels and even gym time, and honestly, this watch looks good in every and all scenarios. But let's get to the workout part. So this is one of Garmin's premium smartwatches. Like, it's not cheap, but what comes with that is this premium look and all those workout functionalities that Garmin is known for. Now, I'm not gonna talk about running with this watch. No, Sherlock. I really suck at running. If you want to see a sample of me trying to run on a much simpler Garmin watch, you can check out my video on the Garmin Forerunner 45. My workout highlight when it comes to the Garmin Fenix 6S would be the fact that this thing can count your reps. Yes, I do a little weightlifting, and a lot of the fitness trackers I've used don't have this function. On this thing, when you start a weightlifting workout, it detects your motion to count the actual reps, and then you can pause to start a new set. It really helps, especially for remembering how many sets I've done. But when it comes to reps, or at least the number of, let's say, squats I've done in one set, it's not 100% accurate, although you can always edit the number of repetitions you've done of one exercise after each set. So that sort of solves the whole problem, and well, it's just a fun way to keep track of my weightlifting. And this thing stays on my wrist not just because it's pretty or because I enjoy tracking my gym time with it. This thing's battery time lasts me around an average of 5 days on one charge. And when this thing gets low bat, there's a battery saver mode that prolongs battery time for even days. But this mode turns off a lot of functions, so it's at this point that I finally plug in. And that was my experience with the Fenix 6S. Now, what I love about Garmin smartwatches is that they stay true to what they actually are, which is, at the end of the day, premium fitness trackers. Even at the time when smartwatches and fitness trackers are coming in hot from every direction, Garmin does not forget its identity. They don't get lost in the fray and create smartwatches for technology's sake, but they just improve on what already is identity of Garmin and what they want to do as a brand, and that is high performance functional fitness tracking. And the Fenix line I particularly love, especially the Fenix 6S, because these things have a specific user. People who are fitness conscious but who don't want to bother changing into a fitness tracker from their day job. They project people going on a morning run and then changing into work outfits and then going to dinner. Like I've always said, the best fitness wearable is one that stays on your wrist, and if that wearable is this pretty, it's definitely gonna stay on. So there we go, folks. That's it for this video. I hope you like that. Let me know if you have thoughts on the Garmin Fenix 6S, and if you want to know more about my everyday or what gadgets I'm featuring up next, you can follow me on social media. That's at Cisa Said. Until next time, see you.